A major blow to the search for answers in the Hillary Clinton email scandal. An Obama-appointed judge has once again dismissed a Judicial Watch lawsuit that would have forced the federal government to work harder, more thoroughly to recover than Secretary of State Clinton's missing emails. Judge James Boasberg ruled that the government has done all it, quote-unquote, reasonably could to locate any missing emails, and there are lots of them, despite reports that the State Department is sitting now on a backlog of tens of thousands of unreleased Clinton emails. Joining me now, Judicial Watch President Tom Fenton. Tom, great to have you here.
Hi, Lou.
This is quite a night, and we are delighted you're with us to try to sort through all of this. Let's start with the special counsel now investigating an allegation that General Michael Flynn was involved in some sort of quid pro quo, apparently to either extradite, abduct, whatever you would, a Turkish cleric and dissident who's lived in this country for many years and return him to Turkey for millions of dollars.
Well, I don't believe General Flynn was involved in anything like that. The news would be these days if the special counsel is actually doing something the special counsel was hired to do, which is investigate Russia collusion. He really has no business investigating General Flynn for this. It's outside his purview, in my view, and it's further reason as to why it should be shut down. Now, if there's something to be investigated, the Justice Department should handle it directly. But this is not what Mr. Mueller was hired to do. And, you know, there was another report this week, Lou, I don't know if you saw it. Wall Street Journal says the Justice Department, the U.S. Attorney's offices, and other aspects of the Justice Department are investigating the DNC hacking. Mueller isn't. This was the basis for all the Russia collusion screaming we've heard about, that the Russians hacked the DNC. Mueller isn't even looking at that. He's just looking at everything but what he was hired to do, which suggests there ain't much to look at in terms of Russia collusion.
I think it does, if logic applies in this case, and that remains an open question, but the logic, yours is compelling. Why is there no oversight of this special counsel before we move on to a number of other critically important issues? Why is there no oversight, either at Justice or in the Republican-led Congress and Senate, that would return Mueller's attention to his mission, which is Russian collusion?
Well, I think the special counsel regulations in that regard are constitutionally deficient because they hire the special counsel, in this case Mueller, and the appointed officials we trust who are confirmed by the Senate and answerable and accountable to the people, then take a step back and let him do whatever he wants to do, practically speaking. And that's why I think he needs to be reined in, the regulations need to be rewritten, and we need an uncompromised constitutional special counsel to do anything else. Maybe it's too late with Mueller, but I want to protect Hillary Clinton from a special counsel that's unconstitutional and out of control.
It's stunning. Judicial Watch, you've been blocked once again. How upset should President Trump be when he finds out that the Obama-appointed judge has once again blocked your lawsuit?
Well, he may not be surprised by that. Now, this judge,
I didn't suggest he'd be surprised. I'm asking.
But this is the second time we've been before him on this issue, and he was overturned on appeal once, and I suspect will be successful in the long run here. What he'll be angry about.
Let me interject, because you went off on surprise, and I'm not talking about a surprise. I'm talking about how concerned, how upset should he be, or any of us in this country, that a political judge has once again blocked the public's right to know, and secondarily, if you will, taken 2 years to get to an answer, which is no. This is outrageous, in my opinion.
Well, he's going to be more outraged at the fact that it was his administration who asked the judge to do what the judge did this week. The judge in his decision, Lou, said, you know, the administrations have changed, but the government stance hasn't. And the Obama administration didn't want to do it. And shockingly, the Trump administration came in, and they didn't want to enforce the law requiring the State Department to initiate action with the Justice Department to go and retrieve these government records Hillary Clinton took with her. So what's outrageous, you know, we don't like the judge's decision. But the fact is we shouldn't be in court given what this president promised and what his appointees are, you would presume, want to be doing. But instead, you've got his appointees, the Justice Department and State Department, defending Hillary Clinton in court. And in this case, blocking Judicial Watch's efforts to force them to comply with the law to go and get these records. That's the outrageous aspect of this. You know, to have a judge rule one way or another,
well, it's,
you know,
an
you take it as you see it.
it's an additional outrage, I will grant you that.
Right,
and
that's
we
for
were
sure.
trying to get some reaction to it. We haven't been able to get a straight answer. Have you? From the administration?
Well, we know what the answers are. We've been battling him in court since day one on this, and I don't understand why.
What is the answer then to this question that we're asking, which is why would the Trump administration's Justice Department not insist upon the delivery of these emails?
There is no answer. Well, I mean, we've pushed back, and they don't give us an answer. They just are fighting us in court.
We're on exactly the same piece of ground. Let me turn to a change, a hopeful one in light of what must be done. Fusion GPS, the judge overseeing the Fusion GPS records case, reassigned an Obama appointee, a Bush 41 appointee being moved in his place. Why? Do you have any sense of it?
I don't. I mean, my first instinct is that it was a administrative move by the court. They were rebalancing caseloads or something like that. If it was something more substantial, there might be public disclosure over the next few days on it. I'm not aware of any effort to recuse her outright. And usually if there's a recusal issue, there's a public discussion of it. So it's certainly curious to have the judge leave this case in the middle of it, but stranger things have happened.